Hi everybody, good day. So I am Sunny Corpin and I am a reporter of Group 4. So today I will be discussing the dial-up internet connection or internet revolution. So today we will be talking a nostalgic journey back to the dawn of the internet age. We will explore the technology that connected millions, transforming isolated homes into the part of globally connected network. So let's go to the next slide. So the understanding dial-up internet. So, dial-up internet was one of the earliest form of home internet access. It is used standard telephone lines to transmit data. While groundbreaking at the time, it was limited by low speeds, maxing out at just 56 kilobits per second. One of the most memorable aspects was the iconic sound that played when connecting, a sort of digital handshake. So that's for the dial up. So next slide is the technical mechanics of dial up. So dial up internet relied on analog modems to convert into digital data into analog signals that could be transmitted over phone lines. The limited bandwidth of phone lines restricted the amount of data that could be sent, resulting in slow internet speeds. So establishing a dial-up connection required a complex process of handshaking, negotiation, and synchronization between the modem on each end of the connection. So I have the video that showed to you for the next slide on how the dial-up internet connection work. So you can watch this.
The Internet is a vast network that allows computers around the world to communicate and share information. Huge amounts of information in the form of words, images, sounds, and computer software are transmitted through the Internet. The Internet links computers mainly by the telephone system, through copper wires, optical fibers, cables, or radio waves. Access to the Internet begins with a computer linked to the telephone lines through a device called a modem. Special software is needed to convert computer files into the type of signals that can travel through telephone wires. The signals are then launched into the phone lines through the modem. The phone lines lead to an Internet service provider or a commercial online service, which act as a conduit to the Internet. Computers break the message up into packets, clusters of 40 to around 1,500 characters. Each packet, individually marked with its destination, is then sent through a series of computers called routers that direct the path of the packet. Each router examines the packet to see where it's headed and sends it along the best path to its destination. Packets from the same message may take different routes to reach the same destination. The packets eventually all arrive at the same place and are pieced back together into the original message.
So that's how the dial-up internet connection works. So what we just watched was a great breakdown of how dial-up internet connection work. It showed us how early internet access relied on the phone lines and modems to establish a connection. You probably noticed that the distinctive screening sound that was actually the modem's way of negotiating a connection with your internet service provider. It was slow, often unreliable, and tied up your phone line while in use. But for its time, it was revolutionary. Dial-up was the first step in bringing the internet into everyday homes, paving the way for the fast and seamless connection we enjoy today. So let's go to the iconic connection sound. So the modem's connection sound was a distinctive series of frequencies that became iconic and recognized globally as the startup sound of the internet. These frequencies were part of the negotiation process between the modems to establish the connection parameters. The combination of tones created a symbolic sound that became deeply associated with the experience of connecting to the internet, especially in its early days. The sound evoked a sense of anticipation and excitement as the people waited for their dial-up connection to establish. So, so even today, this sound can trigger nostalgia and a sense of the early internet era for many people. So let's go to the global impact of dial-up. So dial-up internet was a major breakthrough, bringing the internet to millions of homes around the world. It enabled basic but revolutionary communication capabilities like email and web browsing, connecting people globally in new ways, distances, and enabling new forms of interaction. This global connectivity had a profound impact, transforming how people live, work, and connected with each other from the past. So there's have limitation and challenges of this dial-up. So dial-up had some significant limitation and challenges. One of the main issues was the high cost. Connecting to the internet was quite expensive for many people. Another major problem was the phone line would be occupied during use, which meant you couldn't make or receive calls while online. The data transfer speeds were also very slow, which made basic tasks like browsing the web or downloading files frustratingly slow. These limitations really held back the adoption and usefulness of dial-up internet, especially as high-speed broadband started becoming more widely available. So the legacy and transition for the next slide. So the image on this slide provides a visual comparison of the old dial-up modem and the modern broadband router, highlighting the technological transition. So broadband quickly overtook dial-up as the dominant internet access method, offering faster and more reliable connectivity. The development of broadband infrastructure was fundamental in shaping the modern internet and enabling always-on connectivity for users. Broadband paved the way for the always-on, ubiquitous internet access that we enjoy today, transforming how we use and interact with the world, with the online world. So that's for my topic, dial-up connection. Thank you everybody and have a good day.